Okay, guys. So basically, what is happening? So take any individual project that will be a product. So now let's take a product like Amazon Prime Video, Phone Pay. Everything is nothing but a product. You are using that for your daily activities because that might be solving one problem. One problem might be payment system, which is digital payment system, is a problem for offline. We're just making online so that that will be is nothing but a revolution in payment system. The same way, OTT system, it's a revolutionary system starting from Prime to AHA till now. We have many in between Disney Plus, Hotstar, G5, etc. Many things. So everything will be a product. In order to maintain that, there will be software development teams where once it is developed, that will be tested by software testing team. Once that is completed, that will be released into market. Before that, whatever the code that will be written by the team, that should be stored somewhere as a private repository. That should be stored somewhere. So basically, that should be stored how? Based on private. That will be private repository. I will come to that point next. GitHub point I will come to next. That will be private repository because in our team, only our team, which is 11 members, can able to access that. Nobody can access that. Nobody has the access to that. When a new member joins our team, that will be given access on the same day. How we will get ID card and LMS access the same. So that will be stored somewhere. So now developer workstation means nothing but our system, which is local or the company provided laptop. Now, since you are practicing as a fresher, you are doing the code in your laptop system. And that should be kept somewhere so that if you two both are working on same project, same like in a company, you should be shared. You should be shared the same code. You cannot send zip file every time. You cannot send emails every time because there will be lakhs of files, lakhs of libraries for the same project. That will be 100 files. And even you cannot upload more than 100 folders at a time. You might know that because while transferring data, even uploading Google Drive, you cannot upload more than 100 folders at a time. But projects might have hundreds and thousands of files, which will be 1 KB, 2 KB. That's not big deal, but it cannot allow it. So in order to store that as a remote repository, we need to buy some softwares like Bitbucket repository, which is a software by Atlassian, Atlassian, Atlassian Jira, Atlassian Bamboo, Atlassian Bitbucket. GitLab is a company which they are providing a software with pricing for member for a company, which is more secure. And we have GitHub. GitHub will be available for free for the students, and as well as it is also having enterprise. So if you are so basically, what is the difference? If you opt for enterprise, there will be some more tools which will be available ready-made by just some button clicks. It will auto deploy. These will be there, but as a student, we don't have those much. So that is why it is free. If it is paid means you have those many features. Like how if you are playing songs in Spotify, you cannot select more than 30 songs in a day. You cannot change. From 31st song, it will give randomly and it will ask for come tomorrow after 24 hours. Like same Geo Savan. And Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Hotstar, they will have demo cinemas, something which are released on OTT that you need to pay Prime membership. The same kind of thing will be applied here also. Now GitHub is free. So now what we are doing, we need to sign up GitHub account. So first, but here there will be a communication channel. How Windows laptop will have Windows or iOS so that we can interact. The same way, we need to install some version control system, which is VCS. So that will call as Git version control. So Git version control is a software like for any system, there will be a speaker, Wi-Fi, everything. In order to make that computer notifiable, we have drivers for that in device manager. If some drivers are gone, those will be gone. Those will not work. The same way I will just show you. Go to device manager. It is not like we have a HDMI port, it will directly accept. No, we have device manager. The same thing, we just need to connect some 2 points means there will be intermediate processing. Like how front end and back end of the application UI should be communicated with back end means there will be an API communication. The same way here I have firmware drivers, system firmware. It is not, maybe it is asking for update. That's why it's warning color or it is outdated. Now I can say I have Bluetooth speaker, everything. If I remove this, uninstall this, then Bluetooth might not work. This is nothing but the piece of instructions which are passing from the Bluetooth port to the computer software, which will communicate. Those piece of software will call as a driver or a patch. The same way, our local system should be communicated with GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket. For that, we can have intermediate processor that will call as a Git batch. So that we will call as Git VC download. You just enter this, you can directly go to the Git downloads page. This we will call as version control. Why it is version control? Because we are doing code day by day and we are releasing version by versions. We are controlling the next version under next release. If we are doing the current changes, if I release our student portal 1.0 and with some days again I will do some updates, I will release 1.1 or 1.2. Like that it will be. This will be the version control system. This is what Git. And using this, we can communicate with these all third-party portals, GitHub, Bitbucket, etc. The free version for the student, ultimately GitHub. So we can sign up and we can create a folder there, which we'll call as a repository. In that particular folder, whatever the files we will push, right, that will be stored in the folder. Again, that particular repository we will call basically that if you want to clone in some other system, you have clone option. So the same way I will just show you what is happening. So GitHub, go to GitHub. I already logged in basically because Bytes primary repositories are already here only. Okay. Let it load. So I have LMS registration, Android, Margi Labs, sample, Bytes UI, everything will be there. We have the nothing but everything is a folder, which is a repository, which are in private mode. Nobody can see public. If it is public means call it as open source project. Means it is open to everyone. They can change the things, they can download it, they can change on their own, and they can build on their own. That we will call as open source projects. As a BTech, you might hear this word as open source, which is public. Any repository, not only GitHub, even GitLab or Bitbucket, if they are open public, that will become open source, right? So just click something. It's taking time. Huh? Okay, okay. So see, it's Tavam. It's here we have lock, right? Lock means it's private. It's only for me. It's definitely private only, right? I will not create a public one because these are institution related, right? These are institution related, right? Definitely, I will not be putting public. Everything will be a private. So if you want to, so now Bhargav want to add. Bhargav want to add Himabindu. So now they are a team. So they will create a private repository and go to settings. Go to settings, let it load. Go to collaborators. They are collaborating. So they do only collaborating. So add people. As of now, no people. I only singly handle everything. You can add your email is also fine, or username is also fine. If I enter some username, Sri Rock. So the person with Sri Rag will comes, right? What is your username? Bhargav Marla, right? So if I find Bhargav Marla, I can invite it. He can accept it. Will become two as a private repository. The same way in company, whenever you join the company, you will get access repository so that as a collaborator, they will call as a developer because that's company level, right? They will call as a developer. Collaborator, individual personal projects or freelance projects will call it as. So now that is how we can create the repository and how to communicate with that. So if it is already existed, means you just join now. It is already existed. Now how can access? So go back. Here you have code, right? You have HTTPS URL. You need to clone that. It's a direct command. Git version control clone. Directly you can clone it. So go to any folder. If you want to create dummy projects like DUMMY. So just git bash here. While installing it, it will ask at the end, open with git bash true checkbox. You can just check like how Visual Studio Code you check at the end. So now git clone, paste. So that will be cloned. If you don't have access or you are trying to access another repository which is private, it will say you don't have authorized to access this. Now I got this. Receiving objects 92 kilobytes out of this and 48 out of 484 objects means already 91% is still remaining, right? So you need to wait for that. Sometimes due to internet speed, it will fastly download it. Okay. So once that is completed, you can directly see that's bytes plus Android UI is nothing but normal, which is the repository name, which will get as a folder. I already told you. So now whatever the files you have, right? Everything, each and everything you will get it. Okay, due to some issue, it is reverted back. So I will just try to do one more time. So it's taking time, let it be. So once that is completed, right? I already have many projects, right? So you will have projects like this, the same like Android UI, right? Which we are doing now. So you'll get like this and you'll do whatever you do. Whatever you do, you can maybe do. Just do open that particular folder. If you are new to that, create empty project, clone it here and add files to that particular folder. So they will be added and whatever you do changes, right? So those will be saved and those will come here. So I will just change another file. So those I can see two files are changed. I can add it or I can have add command. Git space add dot means all the files. Or I can add symbol here for all. I can individually add one file. Here I am getting red at eight characters. So red means it is modified. M means modified. It is having 3 characters, 8 characters are red, means those are wrong. As actual, with respect to the syntax, it is having errors. Here it should not be the, normal, right? So it should not be the normal. It should be error. So now one character modified because I just given space. That is one modified. How many modifications that might be there? Then we can enter some comment and we'll just comment it. Those will be posted to that particular repository. So like I added one comment, right? 5 months ago, 4 months ago. So I just, after that, I didn't do this, right? So now if I add it, it will come to the commit section. So the new comment will be pushed here. See, last 3 months ago, 6 commits. If I just push it, it will show last 1 minute ago, 1 commit. So that's how it will show. So this is how we need to do. Once after all this is completed, so basically this Git, with respect to this Git, there will be separate session when it comes to Angular. We'll daily do these operations. That's why we're not going to deep. We have 3-4 commands which we'll use like push, clone, commit, right? First time it will ask for git push u origin upstream. Upstream means it is the new branch. You are the mainstream. Mainstream is you are sending the main code. You are not doing the existing files. You are adding new files. That first time it will say upstream origin. So this is upstream which you are giving that you need to mention that. Sometimes it will ask for you're just getting the repo in your local and it will not allow you because that is unrelated. There is no history of that. You just created that branch or whatever it may be. And you're trying to push it. It will not allow. You need to do force, hyphen force, so that it will forcefully push it. So anyway, that is happened. Now you have the code. So you have the code, you have index.html. Index.html is a file which will have the entry point for all the websites globally. That is the syntax. How main method will be for Java, how main method will be for C#. The same way, index.html will be the main file where the website execution starts. That's why the code you need to put index.html. Got it, Bhargav? So once that is completed, you already know. Go to this particular repository. That is why you installed Git. Okay. That is how with the help of that you can, submit, push it or clone it. So once that is completed, go back. Go back to any repository. Go to settings. It is GitHub is slow or internet is slow. I'm not sure. I think GitHub is slow. In settings, we have this GitHub pages. So basically, this GitHub pages, how it will work. If it is not having any external library to be installed, directly it can access. If it is having any external libraries to install, there might be some more settings we need to do. So here we have pages. Go to pages. Since it's private, we cannot do that. How you did this without this? I think you need to upgrade this. So once I upgrade to public, then only I can do it. I will just try to upgrade it, but I will degrade it to public again. Sorry, private again. So we need to do upgrade again. Otherwise, we will not be enabled. So okay. What it is saying is your private accounts cannot be initialized. If you want to do that, you are saying to upgrade to pro version because I already used GitHub much, right? That is why it asking for you. It will get the pages option. I think you already did that, right? So there you just need to take the branch, master branch by default you will get, right? Just select that and push it. But what it will ask it, GitHub theme. Basic Jelly theme we have. Jelly something, I'm not sure. But that you need to point out in underscore. I will tell you where is this action mom. So underscore config dot YAML, we'll call it as. I'm not sure whether you enter this on Friday or not, but this is the what you want to enter. This underscore config, what you'll do, all the configurations related to themes, libraries that should be configured here. So it will automatically fetch that in runtime. Runtime means whenever it is executing online. So that's why you need to mention config.yml as per the GitHub policy. So inside that you need to put theme like this. What is the theme? Some theme Jelly something, right? It is there. I think you have Ramsar told you, right? This is the theme you need to enter. No? So there actually okay. Pargo, come here, log in. I will upload it. Login karo. Apps no issue. I'm just trying to access Bargo account and will do that, okay? And also enable two-step verification for GitHub in upcoming days, okay? That should be secure. So that it will ask for OTP every time when you log in. So you can go there, I will just start. So I'm just logged into Bargo account so that I can post into GitHub pages. Anything will be simple within 2 minutes. I have assessment, Marla Bargo assessment. So I just open this. This is a private account. I need to make it to public, otherwise you can't host it, okay? So what you do, we'll just make it public once. So change visibility, okay? Change to public. It is there in main settings page only. General settings. Change visibility, public. I want to make this repository public. Present watch this one means you only. I read and understand effects. Make this public repository. Now it is becoming public. So now once that is completed, Now you go to GitHub pages. Now you see there is no private symbol, which is lock. Now go to pages. So deploy from which branch? Basically, you just selected anything by default main. For most of the things, we'll get main branch. Now we'll just save it. In index.html, you have the code, right? So it will just upgrade. Let it be, let it upgrade. This I didn't do for previous batch. I just introduced it with your batch only. Maybe the same session I will repeat for them also. They did code, but I didn't hosted that in GitHub pages. Is GitHub is slow. Server is slow. Let's open YouTube. Let's see. GitHub server is slow. Okay. GitHub server is slow. Our Bargo's ID is low. Not Bargo. So now you have this. So bargomanla.github.io/assignment save. You just click it. So basically what you do now. So I will just open in the new page. What it is asking for, it is asking for index.html. So it's look like example.com must provide an index.html. If you don't have that, you need to add that. Where is this? So you don't have index.html. I already told you, you don't have index.html. You have assignment.html, right? Just what you do, just open this file or just do this change in your local and push it. If you don't want it directly, you can directly rename that particular file here only. I will just tell you. Here only you can rename that particular file. Once that is loaded. See, it's already using index.html. If you not provide it, it can't able to fetch the data. By default, it will ask for that. It's loading on loading. Okay, it's public now. So what I do, I'll just clone it and do the changes within 1 minute. So go here in dummy, I'll just clone it. Okay. So git, what is the command? Clone URL which you copied. Okay. Since it's public, I can also access. Bargo is open source, not Bargo open source, but Bargo repository is open source. Yes. So I can just edit this file, this one, right? Edit file. So I think we can make this file name. Edit in place, right click and edit in place and make it as index.html and commit changes. In locally also, I can directly commit message like renamed file to index.html. Okay. Just commit directly to the main branch. Actually, why branches? If you are 11 people, 11 people are working on 11 different tasks. So if you want to merge accordingly, before that you want to create your own branch, feature Gokul, like login with ID. So that will be branch name. So that will be merged to main branch at the end of the day. So that's how they will work. They will not work on same branch, which is main branch, which is protected, right? If accidentally if you push something, right, that will be danger. So that that sub branch, which is a feature branch to main branch, will raise merge request. So your seniors will review that, then only they can merge. Otherwise, they will not merge. That is the safety and standards they are following. That is why we have branches. Okay, let it be. Now we have index.html. Let's see, refresh this because we just uploaded as index.html, right? That's it. On Friday, have you did this or not? Have Ram sir did this? Uh-huh. Okay, okay. మేబీ టైం సరిపోక అట్లా ఆపేసి ఉంటారా? ఆల్రెడీ అప్పటికి 1 అవర్ అయిపోయినట్టుంది. Okay. So this is how you need to upload. Everyone, what you do, just create one folder and you see directly Bhargav Malla, which is an username .github.io and your repository name. If you just enable GitHub pages and it is public, then you can share this URL in your resume and your LinkedIn, your Naukri, everything. So they can impress and they can definitely call you back for interview. If you're applying, if you're applying on your own, even if you're applying for placements from us also, they will give priority to you if you have this particular URLs and video, how you did this. I'll just open the code, for example. So basically, you just need to explain this way. So basically, this is the website. So this is all I did. I did this using HTML and CSS. So I'll just go through the code. So this is the main app component HTML. So I just created a menu button on the top. I just used logo. Here for this, I used CSS, which is class styles using dot. And I used media queries for the different mobile screens. Like that, you need to explain the code for 1 or 2 minutes. And that particular video will be uploaded in your YouTube channel or in your Google Drive. If it is in Google Drive, make link accessible to everyone. Share with open with link, you already know, sharing the files. And that will link also will be provided in resume or in Naukri or in LinkedIn, so that whenever they search your name while shortlisting your profile, they can see that. If they can able to see that, directly you will get the first call. So this is what we will follow coming days. Okay. So this is how you need to enable the GitHub pages. Now immediately after the class means after the session ends, not now. After the session ends, everyone do the same. You already know how to create the repository and how to add the files and how to push it. If you are getting confusing, post in the group, I will reply back. Or if one of you already knows that process, which successfully they already did first time, just communicate with them. If you already did now after this call, if you did that, if it is completed, let's just put some message in group. Okay, I just completed, sir. This is my URL, so that I can able to know whether you did this or not. So this is what we need to do. So any doubts in this? So that is why we want Git. So this is the free hosting because it's student and public repository. Okay. So this is what. So you also do Mahesh, who are already doing. I think Vishnu also did. You most of did this, right? Most of you did. Nikhil, you did this? No, just try because you are joining in the middle, I think. You also just practice it. Whatever the classes you missed, right? You just go through that each and every one. And if there is any queries, you can directly post in the group. I will also reply if someone is not replying. So this is what I would give GitHub, which is a free. So this video also I will upload in the recording. I will just stop the recording and continue with the next module.